The Jersey Devil, also known as the Leeds Devil, is a legendary creature said to inhabit the forest of Pine Barrens in South Jersey. The creature is often described as a flying bike with hooves, but there are many variations. The common description is that of a bipedal kangaroo-like or wyvern-like creature with a horse or goat-like head, leathery bat-like wings, horns, small arms with clawed hands, legs with cloven hooves, and a forked tail. So in this video, we are going to talk about scary stories of the Jersey Devil. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Despite their reputation for suburban sprawl, New Jersey holds a pristine surprise, the Pine Barrens, also known as the Penlands. This enormous tract of land covers some 1.1 million acres, 22% of New Jersey's total area. The Pine Barrens' sandy soil, dense forests, and pristine waterways are largely undeveloped, but they are also home to something sinister, the Jersey Devil. Haunting the Barrens, a beast with giant leathery wings, a horse's head, glowing red eyes, and sharp claws has been scaring residents for nearly 300 years. Belief in the Jersey Devil is quite real and based on records of concrete occurrences. Reliable people, including police, government officials, businessmen, and many others whose integrity is beyond question, have witnessed the devil's activities. People traveling down the Garden State Parkway or the Atlantic City Expressway reported sightings of something, or tell stories of strange occurrences. Many continue to believe that the legendary being is still around disturbing the region and will continue to do so for generations to come. One of the most famous stories tells of a place called Leeds Point. On a stormy night in 1735, a Quaker woman gave birth to a child during a thunderstorm. The room flickered with candlelight. The wind howled. Some believe her to be a sorceress. Before we move on, support us by hitting subscribe and the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Now, let's get back to our topic. The impoverished woman, known as Mother Leeds, was believed to have many other children, as many as 12. Some say the child was born deformed. Some say she cursed the child because of her dire straits. Other accounts say the child was born normal and took on odd characteristics later. Characteristics such as an elongated body, winged shoulders, a large horse-like head, cloven feet, and a thick tail. According to legend, the child was confined until it made its escape either out the cellar door or up the chimney. The Jersey Devil had been born. Another story tells of a young Leeds Point girl who had fallen in love with a British soldier. The British had come to the region because the iron furnaces at Batstow were supplying the privateers. In 1778, the British engaged the Americans at the Battle of Chestnut Neck. The townsfolk opposed the match, calling her liaison an act of treason. They cursed the girl. A variation in the tale tells of a young woman who encounters a passing gypsy begging for food. She was frightened and refused. The gypsy cursed her for her refusal. Years later, in 1850, with the curse forgotten, when the girl gave birth to her first child, a male, he became a devil and fled into the woods. Another famous version: in October of 1830, a resident of Vienna, New Jersey, Mr. John Vliet was entertaining his children with a mask he had made, a mask of a monstrous face. It became a yearly tradition and was adopted by the local townsmen. Its popularity grew and was repeated late in October as parents and children alike put on scary faces and costumes. Prominent citizens or government officials were among many who had witnessed sightings of the creature. They included businessmen, postal officials, and policemen who had seen or heard the creature and saw his tracks left in the snow. This marks the beginning of the change from local folklore to the devil's presence in regional culture. Joseph Bonaparte, the brother of Napoleon Bonaparte and former King of Spain, was reported to have seen the devil. The infamous Captain Kidd is reputed to have buried treasure in Barnegat Bay. Legend has it he beheaded one of his men to guard forever his buried treasure. Accounts claim the headless pirate and the Jersey Devil became friends and were seen in the evenings walking along the Atlantic and in nearby marshlands. In Clayton, New Jersey, the devil was chased by a posse to the edge of a wooded area. The devil fled into the wood. The posse, afraid to pursue him, halted and declared, "If you're the devil, rattle your chains." The devil's taste varies. He was seen cavorting at sea with a mermaid in 1870, and he is reputed to have had a ham and egg breakfast with a Republican, Judge French. But the devil is not known to have specific political leanings. The frightening reputation of the Pine Barrens may indeed have contributed to the Jersey Devil legend. Historically, the Pine Barrens were considered inhospitable land. Gangs of highwaymen, such as the politically disdained Loyalist brigands, known as the Pine Robbers, were known to rob and attack travelers passing through the Barrens. During the 1700s and 1800s, residents of the isolated Pine Barrens have deemed the dregs or outcasts of society. Poor farmers, fugitives, brigands, Native Americans, poachers, moonshiners, runaway slaves, and deserting soldiers. So-called Pinnies have sometimes fostered certain frightening stories about themselves and the Pine Barrens to discourage outsiders or intruders from entering the Barrens. So that's it. Please like, share, and comment your thoughts below if you like this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.